getting to this point, I've dealt with depression for a very long time, probably since, I don't know, I was very young. My parents divorced, and I think that when I was 8 years old, I think that's when it really started. And then I actually, to this day, don't know what it, well, now I know, but for a long time I didn't know what it was like to feel normal. I kind of felt like there was always something wrong with me. Ever since I was a kid, I was taken to therapists and doing this and that, on this med, on that med, and really never got to a situation, or to a point where I felt like I was, you know, normal, or at a point where I felt normal. And it really started getting kind of bad when I was in high school. And as you become more independent, a lot of more things are expected of you, and I was very quiet as a kid and very closed off, and now I had to kind of open up, and I felt like I never could open up, even to now, and now I'm going to be 26, and I can't believe that. And I have been in the hospital, treated for depression in the hospital. Also, I've had a couple times in my life, especially as a teen, early, young adult, of suicidal thoughts, attempts of suicide. Never got to a point where I'd actually do something, but I got to a point where I felt like I wanted to. So after meeting with Maud, my therapist, I did see a psychiatrist, and I was on a few different meds, and it did help out for a little while, but then I got to a point where I was like, okay, well, now I feel kind of dull. Like, I don't feel like I have feelings. Or now I feel like I have nothing. Like, it was just like, blah. And like, it didn't really change how I dealt with situations. It just kind of masked the intensity of emotions, and intensity of like my anger, my sadness. It just kind of, and I felt more fatigued. And after 2 years, Maud had found out about, through Dr. Pereira, my doctor for TMS, and she tried to convince me about this magnet therapy, and I was just like, I don't know, I'm a massage therapist. I've been through some other alternative therapy type of classes, and never heard of this before. Like, okay, this is gonna help me. And I was like, well, the drugs aren't helping me. How is a magnet going to help me? It just didn't make any sense to me. And then I started researching, looking into it, looking at the, results of TMS, and really talking to my doctor. And I ended up calling my therapist as I was driving. And I was just like, I can't take it. And I just wanted it to end. And it was either going back into the hospital, where I just felt confined. I didn't feel like I was going to get the therapy I needed. And I didn't feel like anybody really listened to me when I was there. And that was like the hardest thing for me. I've been trying to be such a strong person for myself, my family, for everybody. I never put myself first, and then I got to a point, it was like hospital, and my stepdad, I got the support from my stepfather. He's been a very strong person, a strong figure in my life, father figure. And granted, I've only known him for 10 years. Thankfully, put in the effort to help me and really push me into getting therapy and TMS. And I can just say, like, it is a commitment. It's a commitment to yourself. I mean, what better commitment is there? And it saved me from the support that you get from the doctor, the support you get from the assistants, your therapist, and I could tell, like, after the 6 weeks and I was going through taper sessions, I mean, it doesn't just snap your fingers and change you. I mean, it does take a period of time, and my, I just can manage things now. Like, I just feel like, you know, I wake up and I'm like, my eyes are wide, like I'm ready to take on something. Where before, I would just, the old Jen, I say to people now, like, the old Jen, you know, I would just want to, like, hide. Like, everything just felt black. Like, I would just want to hide. I would just want to stay under my comforter all day and just lay in bed. Like, I didn't want to deal with anyone. And I had zero patience for anybody. I just got to a point where I was just so put off. And I feel more than anything, it's given me the confidence to move forward. And I'm like, wow, you know, I should really take hold of every day and just make the most of it. And now I just have all these goals and things I want to do, and it's just like never ending, but I feel like I have the energy for it now, where like I didn't feel like I had the energy for it before. It was just, things were just like slow motion. Everything was just in slow motion. Just, I definitely feel like it's opened my eyes where I didn't have that. Just like, I can't believe it. Like, it's like I'm just so happy. And even my therapist, when she asks how I'm doing, usually I would be like, oh, you know, okay, and then I would have an issue or something going on in my life, and now I honestly don't even know what to say to her. And I'm not saying this to be like, oh, this is the best thing ever, but it is. You know, like, I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm not, like, getting anything you know, like, the thing that I want to get out of it, and I hope everybody else gets out of it, is getting out of depression. And I would do anything to help somebody else to make them feel better. And I think that's just, you know, the future nurse in me, and just being a compassionate person. I feel like this could really be something that could change your life, because it definitely has changed mine. And if I just know, like, if you've gone through what I would say hell and back, it's definitely a way back. This treatment is a way back to your life, back to being, it's a way back to being normal, feeling normal, or what, you know, you just feel awake, you just, more confidence, you know, you lose all those what ifs, you lose all those I can'ts, or I don't want to, or those negative thoughts just, like, fade away. They just fade. And you just push through. And, it's great.